Hey, this is Therese with One Mother, One Daughter, and it's Saturday, October 19th. And last night, I cleaned off my desk, and it kind of gave me, well, you know, when you clean off your desk, you're ready to start your projects and you're ready to get going. So that's where I'm at today. So I decided, well, I don't know if a lot of my subscribers who looks at my videos regularly know that I posted just jibber jabber video talking about what I wanted for my channel. So one of the things that I wanted for my channel was to be able to give y'all tips that I find and that I think that's helpful, that maybe I seen on other videos, and maybe I think that you didn't see, or tips that I come up with. Now, let me just say that when we come up with things, it's because we find the need for it. So I found the need for this tip that I'm going to bring you today. So I guess you're wondering why I'm having. No, it's not a coloring tutorial. It is a drawing tutorial. So let me just move this to the side so I can show you my tip. Well, I'll be right back to this. Now, I've since then went and got, hold on, let me just get this piece of paper. I've since then gotten more stamps. But one of the tips that I came up with for, how can I say this? Okay. This is really what gave me the inspiration to do this. I had bought the SpongeBob Cricut cartridge, and I had it for a long time, and I'm quite sure that a lot of y'all will be able to relate to what I'm getting ready to say. I bought that because I have kids. One, I thought it was a cute cartridge to make cards for other people's kids, right? But that damn SpongeBob cartridge is like the worst that Craft has ever made. The cut size that you need to make it for a card cuts out some of the pieces so small, and it's just ridiculous. And then when you try to color some of the things, I mean, like if you, instead of using the little teeny tiny piece of paper, you try to color it, and it's just horrible. So this tip is for all of you, all of us who have bought this cartridge and it's just sitting on the shelf, okay? Now, this is a Cricut coloring marker. What do they call it? This is a Cricut marker. This is the way it comes. This is the way it is. Now, I wanted to be able to draw my images, not just the SpongeBob cartridge. So let me not just say that, but I realized that it would be really great for the SpongeBob cartridge. But I wanted to be able to draw my images and use my alcohol markers with them. So what I've done, I have a whole bunch. Let me just show you. Like, I have a whole bunch of different color markers, and I have like 4 or 5 black. So I have bought this from someone like a while ago. But anyway, people don't even use these anymore. What's going on? We don't even use our markers anymore to color and stuff. I don't even know why they have these color markers, but I guess it would be, I could use them to fill it in. But anyway, when you pull these out, because after this tip, you're going to be like, ooh, girl, that is a good tip. But anyway, so pull your markers out. Take the cap off. What I had to do, I'm going to show you an easy way to do it, because this cap is really good on here. What I did was take these, I call them grippers. I guess they're, what is this? Pliers. And you just take and you squeeze. Let me turn this way. Squeeze this part a little. You turn and you squeeze it. You turn and you squeeze it, and the top should pop off. That's number one. Once the top pops off, let me get mine because I don't want to get my hands messed up. Once you get the top off, let me move this out the way so. You have this inside. Take this to your sink. Let me show it to you, see it? Take this to your sink and rinse it out with cold water. Is it cold water? Yeah, the cold water I use. Rinse it out until it runs clear and it's almost white. That's when you wash it, all the ink out of it. Squeeze it out and let it, well, did I let it dry? I did not let it dry. Squeeze it out as much water as you can after it runs clear. It's almost going to be white like this. That's when you're taking all the ink out of it. Let me put this back because I haven't done this one yet. This one that I'm going to keep like this. Right? And then put it back inside. Push it down and put it back inside. Then you're going to take your Memento, the same ink that you use for your stamps. So if you're going to take your Memento Tuxedo Refiller and you're going to fill it up. Wait. I held it out like this, a little bit like this, so that I can see it going in. So I've put my tuxedo, let me show you, like this. I put it in here and I squeeze it in. I turned it over. And then I squeeze, that's a word? Is that a word? Squeeze it in? And then I squeezed some of the tuxedo Memento inside until it was like this again. Put it back inside. Where did I put the top? Oh. Put the top on. Oh, I did. I also rinsed this. I forgot to say. And I set it up in something. Well, I'm setting in something like this for a day, maybe a day. Then I took it to my, don't squeeze too much because you don't want it to like be leaking out and be leaking all over your Cricut, because then that'll be a disaster. So, you know, just squeeze enough till it's filled up, and it'll suck it up. It'll go down into the ink. But you will know, because I did rinse this, you'll know when this is dark again that it's saturated. You can write and you can do that, and you will see that it's saturated with the Memento Tuxedo. So this is one that I didn't do. And I'll show you the one, because I just got finished doing that I did. And I marked it so that, you know, I'll know that this one is the Tuxedo Memento. Same thing, just like that. No difference. You can't even tell, look. Because I wanted to be able to color with my marker. So here, excuse me. Oh, God. Tell you that, Tati, bring that coat home. So here is my next tip. Now, that fabulous, fabulous tip. Come on, that's a fabulous tip. You got to give me a thumbs up for that. And which makes this even more fabulous is that you can pull out this crazy SpongeBob cartridge and use that marker and your Spectrum or your Copic markers to color your images. Now, this is not perfect because it's not a coloring tutorial, but I want to show you. I'm going to go in a little close. Okay, we'll just stay with SpongeBob right here and show you. I'm going to use a yellow marker that this does work. I'm using a light marker, and I waited to color SpongeBob so that you can see that the color of the marker will not drag in. I'll go right over that. Now, if it was the regular marker, it'd be all smeared. Right over that. Not gonna color his tongue. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just was coloring. I wasn't even looking. But you, let me move you out. So I just want to get you really close so you can see. So I'm gonna try to do it without putting my hand in the way. And I'm not being careful at all. And let me just show you, if you are like me and you have a hard time cutting things out really straight, this is the perfect part about it. Remember, because your Cricut cuts things out, so you can cut out your image. Did I get it? Yep. Let me move you up. You see that? I mean, there's almost nothing better than a stamp, because you can put it right, but this is better than a stamp. And you get your image. This, you can make SpongeBob cartridges. You can use your SpongeBob cartridge again. The name of this video is going to be called the Super Tips, because I mean, this makes you know what else this tip will be good for? The Cars cartridge. If you have that cartridge, I mean, you can color your images instead. And you can't, well, I mean, imagine how much it would cost to get those Disney stamps, SpongeBob stamps, or Disney car stamps. I mean, come on, is that just perfect? Now, I haven't seen this tip from anybody else. I haven't seen anybody else do this. So I think this is a super tip. And this is from Therese, One Mother and One Daughter. A super tip. So that's my tip for you ladies and gentlemen today. Bust out your old Cricut markers. Open them up. Like I said, my tip, it's kind of hard to get it off because this top is stuck on there. But if you use these grippers and you just go around gently, you will see the top popping up as you squeeze. Rinse it out. The tip 2, squeeze some Memento Tuxedo black inside of it, or whatever color that you want your outline to be. Do your stamps. I mean, cut it out. I mean, not cut it out. Outlined it and let me just show you. Let me just grab my. I don't have this microphone down far enough. Sorry about shaking the camera. Okay. Let me just show you what I had to do to cut it out. I mean, most of us who have a Gypsy or you have the Cricut craft room, you already know what to do. But my thing is down. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little closer so you can see, because I did already. Okay. I know I'm real close. Okay, you can see where I hid all of SpongeBob's face. I mean, the little cuts, like the tongue, the little holes in his eyes. And all I did was leave the... I hope I'm kind of focused. Maybe I should. Okay. Okay, that's good. And you can see after I used my marker to do all the details, what I did after was hide all of the image I didn't want cut, because I only wanted the outline cut. I hid all the images except for the outline, and that's how it cut out my SpongeBob. So you can see I even did that with Patrick. Let me just... I did the same thing with Patrick. I hid all of his details and just used the outline. You can see I did the same thing with the flower. The same thing with the apple. The heart I just cut out. I'm just going to slide this down. Wait. Okay. Now, with this flower right here, I'm going to show you. See this flower? This is from the Cricut Cake Basics, I believe. And it didn't come with the circle around, but I wanted it to cut out like that instead of cutting out the flowers. So I hid the whole flower. After I used my marker to color it, I hid the whole thing, and I just put a circle around that so they can cut it out. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, let's go to the ticket. This is from Therese Collins. Okay. Let me move you in a little closer. Okay. This is from Therese Collins, Chic and Scary. Let me see if I can get that a little closer. Okay, that's good. So after I used my marker, I hid the spooky and those little flourishes. And I just cut out the outline. You can see that right there. So let me show you. My gypsy is dying, so let me just plug her in. And I'm going to show you my other cuts. Isn't it? I just love this. I am going to be using my SpongeBob cartridge again. Let's move you out. I just love that. That is, I mean, I feel like this is the tip of the year. The tip of the year. So moving you out. I just want you to see. Excuse me. Come on. I mean, you can't add. Now you can color the spooky exactly how you want it to be. Exactly. You can enlarge the ticket and cut it out in purple so it can have, well, I mean, let's just say you color the spooky purple, then you can have the outline in purple, because Therese Collins, I don't believe that comes with shadows and stuff. But let me just take the SpongeBob out, because actually I'll take everything out. And this paper is some marker paper that I got from some lady on Facebook. Got like a whole bunch of it. It's not as good as the paper that I like, because who was it? I believe it was it Tina? Did you? I think Tina did. I feel like this is just the best paper. It works for me. This is the best paper that works for me. I really love this paper. And it's 100 pound. This is the paper that I feel like works better with my coloring. But I didn't use that because I only have one left, and I'm saving that for something special, I guess, until I can get me some more. But so you can see everything is cut out. Look, you don't even have to cut it out. Oops. Oopsie. Oh man, I just did this. Well, I didn't just do it, but it's really sticky. So be careful if you just reconditioned your mat. But now all I have to do is color that and put that on a card. So that's that. Here's my cupcake. Cut out, ready to be colored to whatever color I want it to be. Even if the paper, I mean, you could do it with the paper, because of course you could do it with the paper, but you can color this like stamps. Now you don't have to buy every single stamp that you see people get. You don't have to do that. So if you have images and things that you want to do in color with your Spectrum Noir or your Copics, then you can do that. Look at this. I've seen stamps like this. So now you can take every single one of your Cricut images and use your Spectrum Noir or Copic markers to enhance your images instead of using paper. So that's my tip for Saturday, October 19th. That's my tip. I guess that's my tip of the year, because I have never seen anyone else do anything like this. I actually, after I came up with the idea, searched, and I didn't see this. So this is from me. So I don't know. I have more tips to come, but I am just smitten with this SpongeBob. I can do scenes, and I can make them. I mean, instead of doing those itty bitty little tiny pieces, and I started hating my SpongeBob cartridge. I felt like that was like a waste of money. And my cars, Disney cars, that is just the worst. But now we can bring them back up. So I know this was longer than it really should have been or could have been, but hell, this is the tip of the year. So anyway, this is Therese, one mother and one daughter. I'm sure that I'll be back posting another video today. I'm gonna try to get like a bunch before I actually post them, but I'm sure that I will have this uploaded today. So, oh God, I hope you enjoy. Please comment below. Please rate this video, and please try this. Pull out that SpongeBob cartridge or all those cartridges, Sesame Street cartridge with those itty little tiny pieces that we all hate putting together and hate cutting because they never cut out right, and try this tip. Anyway, thanks for stopping by my channel today, and happy Saturday.